Alright, so what I've got here is a P-51 Mustang with safe technology from Hangar 9. This is an 8cc gasoline engine, which is equipped with the safe technology. This is being marketed as a beginner airplane, so it's got 3 separate flight modes. It has beginner mode, intermediate mode, as well as advanced mode. Those three flight modes are controlled on your controller. I have a DX7S here, which has a 3-position flap switch, which I have programmed as being the different modes. Beginner, middle is intermediate, bottom is advanced. So I'm going to turn the controller on right now just to get it to initialize. And what I want to show you here is how the elevator on the airplane responds to throttle in beginner mode. It seems to do something a little bit weird, which I think is related to a landing mode that the airplane goes into in beginner mode. Over on the left side of the airplane, there is power switches for both the receiver as well as the ignition. I'm going to turn on the receiver, and the airplane is going to go through initialization mode. It just takes a couple of seconds for it to do that. And then I'm also going to turn on the ignition. I'm only doing that because I'm not sure if it's required for safe to be enabled, but I want safe to be enabled so I can show you what happens for sure when I adjust the throttle in beginner mode. So right now the airplane was just turned on. It has already bound to the transmitter, and the first time, what the manual says is that you either need to adjust the trim or the throttle the first time before safe is actually enabled. So what I'm going to do is just give a little bit up elevator, or I'm sorry, up throttle, and what that does is that enables the safe technology. So now the airplane knows that it's on a level surface, it's motionless, and it knows where the airplane should be positioned. You know, the gyroscope's basically initialized. What I'm going to show you is that while it's in beginner mode, I have this switch all the way up. If I give it a little bit of throttle, you will see that the elevator goes down. So you watch my finger and watch the elevator. Just a little bit causes that elevator to go down. So what the airplane thinks right now is that it's got some forward thrust, and it doesn't need up elevator. As soon as you put the elevator down, it goes into what I believe is a self-landing mode. So now it's coming in, it thinks it's going to need to go into self-landing mode, and in beginner mode, when you level the ailerons as well as the elevator, when you let that stick go, it does basically what it wants to. See, I can still control it, but it does what it needs to in order to come in for a smooth landing. The intermediate as well as the advanced mode, you will see that this elevator will go back down. Now it's in what would be a level flying mode. It is not affected by the throttle in any way. Same in advanced mode. The throttle does not affect the elevator. If I put it back into beginner mode, the elevator goes back up when I put it down to no throttle. So what I'm going to try and show you here is also what happens when I put it in intermediate or advanced mode, lift the tail up, and then also push the panic button. Now I have my panic button programmed as the trainer button. So when I push the trainer button, it puts it into a panic mode, or self-recovery. It's going to be hard because I've only got so many hands. What I'm going to try and show you is if I lift up the tail, I'm going to put the tail, oh, there we go, perfect. Okay, so I just put the nose down, and I'm going to push the panic button right here, which is my trainer button. I'm going to push the panic button, what's going to happen is you're going to see the elevator go up, trying to raise the nose of the airplane until it goes into a level flight mode. So now what that's going to do is lift the nose of the airplane to come in and self-correct the airplane if you're losing control. That's similar thing to putting it into self-landing mode. If you push the panic button, it'll go into self-landing mode, and the ailerons, rudder, and elevator are all going to centralize. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you now what happens if I raise or lower the airplane. You'll see the, I can't do it fast enough. What happens though, if I'm holding the panic button, and I lower the tail all the way down to the ground, you will see it will, as I'm coming lower, it will come back to a level position just like that, if it's down low. I can't really show you that, but I'm pushing the panic button right now and you can see it's level. So I can't hold the phone and record that at the same time. You'll just have to trust me. But I just kind of wanted to show you what happens in beginner mode when you adjust the throttle. I do know that these airplanes are extremely finicky when you're initializing the safe mode or enabling the gyroscopes, turning on the airplane. So if you don't do it in the proper order or have it perfectly stable while you're initializing it, it could cause problems with the way the gyroscope is going to autocorrect. So you do have to be extremely careful, have it on a flat surface, don't bump it around at all while you're turning it on. So I hope this video was helpful in showing what's going on with the throttle, the elevator, when you're using the throttle in beginner mode. Like I said, it doesn't happen in intermediate or advanced, so if you see it happening in any other mode, it's probably something to look into. Thanks for watching.